Alright guys, this project's due in an hour. What are we gonna do?
Dude, this feels kind of like that show about the 70s.
What show?
That show!
That 70s show?
Okay, Hey, I like this song. Turn it up.
Lipstick, chunky, deep funky, all in one. She came back wearing a smile, looking like someone drugged me. They wanted to unplug me. No one here is on trial. It's just a turn around and we go. Oh, well, then we go. Tick tock, I want to rock you like the 80s pop, like it isn't allowed. Sheila is into memorabilia. Who said she is a crowd with that?
Did you hear the cowbell?
The timbre was really full there. They had vocals and guitar and bass, percussion, and cowbell.
Timbre? Maybe timbre? Maybe?
Well, there's also a good strong ground bass line plays throughout the whole song.
Ground beef? Man, I could go for some burgers right now.
Not ground beef, ground bass. Plays segment over and over, plays throughout the whole song.
This song kind of sounds like a sewer rat. Or like going through a sewer. Like the guitar and the vocals have these like really drip-droppy, lilty feel to them. And just the ambiance of it is like walking through a dark tunnel.
Well, I guess you could say that if you say that the range is really small, and because of that it's like kind of empty sounding, because the high notes to the low notes aren't that, big of a range, except for maybe in the chorus where it's a little higher. So, maybe.
It's true. You should also pay attention to the contrasting sounds between the chorus and the verse. Listen. Here's the contrast. Can you hear it?
Little did I know her body was born delicious vinyl. To your neck of the woods, I want a little bit.
Did y'all hear the guitar dissonance on the riffs there? That was pretty crazy. But then, there was some harmony with the voice there that sounded pretty good together. But the distance in the guitars, just way off, man.
Yeah, there's also an A-B-A-B form that goes throughout the whole song.
There's something. See, what's it called? It reminds me of this band, Polyphonic Spree. Yeah, the song's it's got polyphony. It's like the guitar, and then the second guitar, and the bass, and the vocals are all doing like these different melodies, but they all come together, and it sounds awesome.
And they keep doing it over and over and over again throughout the whole song. Yeah, you're right. It's also, the song is really syllabic, like kind of choppy. For every syllable in the song, there's also like a corresponding note for that. There's not more than one note for every syllable.
Yeah, and the guitars kind of have like this weird sort of hop clip step to them where they sort of lilt around the rhythm and they're never really fully on it because they sort of go in and out. Like, it's sort of like there's a 16th rest, then there's a 16th note where the rest of the band is actually just playing a 16th note. There's a bunch of stuff like that all throughout the whole thing, and it just sounds so technical and complicated and awesome.
What?
Didn't quite.
No.
I don't even know. Do y'all hear that dissonance in the guitar solo? Ugh, doesn't sound right, man.
I sure hear it. Sounds pretty bad. Not gonna lie.
Dude, the whole song's in 4/4, and it's just like kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare, the whole time.
You know, most of the sections, like the melody included, all have like a repeating phrases that they just play over and over and over again. And did you notice that there's a section that was right after the guitar solo where it went da na 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 na, where they did actually have more than one note per syllable? That's melismatic.
They did it on a slide like Frank Sinatra.
Yeah.
Speaking of the guitars, they were doing some funky things, man. They weren't exactly following along with everything. It was improvised, and I think you could kind of call that embellishment, maybe?
You know, you could also hear the cadences after each verse and chorus. They're very clear.
Now be ready. At the end, notice the very smooth guitar section. It's not played throughout the rest of the song, and it's almost legato smooth. Legato.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.